So let's have a look at this question here. Now, okay, so we've got 3D Pythagoras and it's talking about square-based pyramids. So the best thing that we can do here is to try and draw some sort of diagram. Now, if like me, I'm hopeless at drawing. Right, but I'm going to try and draw sort of a bit of a 3D effect. So if I imagine I've got a sort of a, looking at it from the side, I've got a little triangle, and I'm going to sort of do the base. So I wouldn't really be able to see the base very well, would I? Because it's a square base. I'm just trying to kind of appreciate what's actually there. Right, and I can imagine the other sides there as well. Okay, right, what am I told? It says a square base pyramid, so we got, so that there is 3.2, so that there's 3.2. And then it tells me the vertical height. Now, I told you, my diagram is absolutely hopeless, but we're talking about that height just there. Now, that's meant to come to the centre of the square. Doesn't matter if it's not a very good sketch like mine, all right? It's just trying to get you a feel of what's going on. So that there's 9.2. So the question is, what's this length just here? So I need to think, right, so wait a minute. This is, if I look at this, we get lots of right-angled triangles in here. So I know that length there is 9.2. So sometimes it's a good idea just to draw again what you've actually got. So we've got that. This is the one that I'm trying to look for. Okay, I call it X, call it whatever you want, doesn't matter. Okay, so I want that slopey side. So I need this length here. So now the question is, how do I get this length? Well, if I just look at the square, just the base, right? So just looking at the square, if I just move that up a little bit, so you can see a little bit better. There we go. And so you got 3.2, 3.2. So just think about what that length actually is, all right? So that's that bit. That's that bit, just there. So what it actually is, if I think about this big triangle here, and then it'd be half of that. It's half of this length just here. So that'd be 3.2 squared plus 3.2 squared, and then the square root of that. Okay, so I'll do that bit kind of quickly. So what have we got? We've got 3.2, whoops, switch calculator on. 3.2 squared plus 3.2 squared. And then remember, I need to square root that. So square root the answer. And now, remember, I need to divide that by 2. Don't worry, it's giving me something in surds. Don't worry, I can, if I just press that, press the SD button, that convert it to a decimal, okay? Do that when you're done, doesn't really matter. So divide by 2, and there we go. So we've got that length there is 2.26. It's telling you to do everything in 3 significant figures, so that's fine, okay? All right, you can store that number in your calculator if you want to. Right, okay, now it's just a simple bit of Pythagoras, isn't it? I'm going to square this, so let's just square that number and add 9.2 squared. Notice how I left that number in the calculator. I didn't actually do that. What you can do here is you can put a few dots after it. Just means there's a bit more of it. Equals square root that. Square root that. Hopefully you'll put some workings down a bit better than mine. And let's see what we got. 9.47. Okay, so there was that question there. All right. There you go. Right. So just remember diagrams. Okay, diagrams are the important thing. Even if they're not particularly good diagrams, a diagram will help. Drawing another little triangle based on this bit, trying to pull it out, trying to think about what do I need to actually work out. All right, the basic Pythagoras, that should be relatively straightforward. It's pulling it out and thinking about what you know, what you need to work out.